All right. Oh my god, the screen is so bright. We got Popomi, Fernet, Cook, and Seagull on Star Circuits. Okay, so a lot of single player going to be happen in this game. Popomi could get a hyper, use a hyper to kill somebody, right? Cook is vulnerable, well, to a Robo Ball, I suppose, if she dies on turn 1. I was going to say Cook is only vulnerable to somebody with boosted stats. She probably won't be dying to anybody with neutral stats. Seagull could get a Jonathan Rush, right, and kill somebody. Fernet's probably never going to die. So, you know, we'll see. The turn 1 Cook dying is a little cursed, but we'll see how it goes. Most of these characters, other than Seagull, do tend to have the game plan of I'm just going to win through single player. Seagull being the only one who really goes out of its way to look for kills. Other than Popo, I suppose, or sorry, Popomi can look for kills with hyper. But we'll see how the game unfolds. We'll see. How level reliant are these characters? Not, I mean, they are and they aren't, right? Popomi needs level 2 to use hyper, but does she really care? She's gonna be saving it for late game anyway, or to get rid of, you know, strain stacks, or to kill somebody. So it's less level reliance, more timing reliance. Fernet's hyper sucks. We're not gonna entertain that thought that she cares about what level she is. Cook is, I mean, she cares a lot, but she uses her hyper at very specific moments in the game, and probably won't be using it once it's unlocked at level, well, you might at level 3. It depends on game state. Seagull, of course, only gonna be using his when a good kill is available. Field events today are freeze and home roulette, as Seagull dies turn 5 to a fellow Seagull. Freeze and home roulette is going to mean that every 5 turns there's going to be a lot of movement, as freeze as effectively plus movement to all characters, and home roulette is going to be on Star Circuit, specifically home roulette. It's not the worst board to get home roulette on because it's not the largest board. The amount of panels between each home, not very great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so like 6. I almost said the funny number. It's like, you know, some number greater than 5 or some number less than 8 number of panels away at any given moment, right? So home roulette's not the worst on this board. It could be a lot worse, but again, you know, home roulette can be horrible, right? It's random. True random. Popomi starts a fight with chicken. Not gonna find much out of it. There's a trap on the board already. I didn't get to see if that was placed by a player or if that was a mystery mine layer. I didn't even actually get to see what the first mystery was. It could have been mine layer. Seagull actually looks like Seagull's gonna be our first character to level up to level 2. Okay. Does level 2 open up much of anything for anyone? Not really. It'll open up a couple battle cards, I guess. It'll open up some trap cards, I guess. Fernet also levels up to level 2. Nice. 2 of our characters. Cook might start a fight with Seagull here to get up to level 2. It's a decision, because you're either fighting the Seagull or you're fighting a neutral monster. It's scary either way. Okay, is fighting the Seagull. Starts a fight, rolls low. It's a friendly, passive fight. Seagull is trying to kill, though. You gotta make a decision here. Do you roll for defend? You do, and just barely survive that encounter as Cook. Nice. It's a nice survival, though. You're down to 2 HP, but you do get on up to level 2. Congratulations. Well played to this Cook player. What's the League of Legends copy pasta? Well played to this Garen. Yeah, he gave a few kills early, but he farmed, and now he's joining the team fight or whatever. Anyway, Popomi starts to fight with a 2 HP Cook, looking for an easy kill, but it's not going to find it. Cook easily defends it, saving her stacks, swings back for 3 damage. Wow, Popomi with the healing of the home panel does get it to level 2 with everybody else, up to 4 HP. Cook is down to her last 1 HP. A little scary. Especially at level 2. So I guess, in terms of sources of healing, right, Taki's Cookie is a level 1 card. Ooh, Nice Present is a level 2 card. Maybe Cook could be fishing for some some healing potentially, is gonna survive this Robo Ball encounter thanks to having saved all of her hungry stacks, not gaining any prematurely. Healing, level 2 does open up one avenue of healing. It opens up portable pudding. But like regular pudding is level 4, you know, and that's like the Chef Special, I think, is level 2. I want to say Chef Special is level 2, but I don't know which of these characters would include healing. Maybe Fernet is probably the most likely, and then Popomi is the second most likely. But we'll see. I don't know. We haven't really seen much of the included cards other than some of these generic boost ones here, both of which are, hilariously enough, they're both Aru in very different art styles. That's kind of interesting. These are both like, it's like the same like pose. It's the same picture, just different artist. Anyway, what's going on? Seagull, who was our first player to hit level 2, is now our first player to hit level 3. Does that open up Jonathan Rush? It does open up Jonathan Rush as an option. Popomi finds a 1 HP Cook, but decides to spare her. Cook only has 8 stars to her name due to the advent of a drop panel in the previous turn. So not worth bullying, I suppose. Seagull does not roll high enough. He probably would have gladly taken that bully. Well, I guess it depends. I don't know. They're kind of doing like a bit in chat, so I can't be too certain. Does find a kill on the Robo Ball. Couple stars. Single win. What is Popomi doing? Popomi is deciding retroactively that actually I did want to fight Cook, so I'm going to do it this time. That's a high roll. That is survivable because of Cook's high evade stat, and she does survive it using her last hungry stack and takes out Popomi with such a high roll. Wow. Cook is now hungry, but she's got a lot of stars to her name. Safely defends herself from Popomi. Impressive stuff. Is immediately going to land on her own home as well, getting up to level 3. Not only getting up to level 3, but also clearing her hungry stacks. So she's now back up to the +3 evasion after having burnt her last one. Seagull finds a kill on a chicken, up to 2 wins. Wins at this point probably don't matter for anybody unless Seagull's going to make some kind of crazy, you know, breakneck speed. 1,000,000 wins a minute. But I don't see that happening. Fernet joins the rest of the crew at level 3. Fernet, Airstrike is now available. It was actually available at level 2. But the overall price of it kind of makes it a non-value. I don't know if this Fernet player packed President's Privilege, but if they did, President's Privilege is a level 4 card. We wouldn't even be seeing that for a whole nother level. But we'll see. Popomi's rolling to get up. Seagull's landing on nothing. Seagull really said, "Hey, Seagull, let me get a panel with nothing." Nothing? I gotta take a drink of water. Drop panel for Cook means she's at lowest star count in the game. The Banana Nana saves her from another drop panel, but then she's forced to reckon with another one potentially. Does choose the encounter panel instead, though, and will kill the chicken. Not punished, in fact, rewarded for her bravery. Seagull rolling around here. We're at turn 16. Popomi's alive and is in good position to try and take revenge on Cook. Should she desire, Cook will get 1 turn of running away. Warps away. Enough said. Seagull's gonna find a kill on one of his brothers. One of his fellow Seagulls. Up to 3 wins. Like I said, maybe this is the rush for wins that I was talking about. Maybe I'm a prophet. Who knows? Dash, played by Popomi, does allow her to land on a home panel, join everybody else at level 3. Nobody level 4 yet. Only one player has the capability of hitting level 4, and that is Fernet, and she is going to lock in level 4, which has a few effects. It has a few effects, right? It's going to spawn the boss. We all know that, right? Spawning the boss is going to have the effect of putting a stopgap on Seagull's ability to gain profit from encounter panels, is one thing it does. Another thing it does is open up President's Privilege as an option to Fernet, who could potentially President's Privilege into her own hyper to increase the profit margin. Her hyper normally sucks ass, but with President's Privilege, it cuts its cost to 1/3, which makes it decently, you know, more usable. Again, it's going to depend what cards Fernet packed. Cook lands on a on a home panel, gets up to 2 HP, no longer in super danger, as everybody else meandering around the board, minding their own business. True. Some things are better left forgotten forever, I think is the quote regarding the box. Nice jingle from Cook. Launches her ahead. Seagull joining the level 4 club. Popomi's first instance of strain here. Could potentially roll a 0 and get stuck on the drop panel. Doesn't. Beats it. Lands on a draw panel. Draws 7s. We know this player is a known 7s discarder. You know, they have like a tag on them that like alerts everybody in the vicinity that they are a known 7s discarder. So just be aware of that. You know, shield your eyes if you're weak of heart. As Seagull gets some more stars. Fernet still ahead. Is it by much? Yeah, 9 stars. It's not too much. It's a completely overcomable lead for sure. Fernet, it's probably not going to be through killing Fernet, but it might be through beating her in a race. Probably going to choose to land on the home panel here, or not. What's your plan? The drop panel? Okay. Maybe they wanted to put some distance between themselves and Seagull. Maybe they didn't like the board position of being so close to Seagull. Cook joining the level 4 club, playing this sweet, sweet song for us, for the blessings of our ears. Seagull taking the boss encounter. I mean, if you live, you lose 0 stars, which is what happens. Down to 1 HP, though. If you die, you lose 25 stars. Which, if we're gonna do the math here, 25 stars is guaranteed to be more than whatever you roll on the drop panel currently. Because even if you max roll, you only drop 24. But Wild Friends by Cook comes out. There's now a chicken on board. I don't think Cook's gonna try and kill Seagull while they're on a boss panel, but we'll see. Elsewhere on the board, Popomi did something that I wanted to comment on. Oh, they fought the boss and lived. Down to 2 HP, though. Nice warp by Seagull means there's no chance of Cook's pet chicken fighting him. Popomi losing more stars here. 15 stars to be exact. Fernet's gonna make that same decision again. This time she chooses boss. High roll, which because it is Fernet, the odds of her taking any number greater than 1 damage against the boss is pretty low. Complete hand reroll, thanks to Princess Privilege through from Cook here. Must have had a dog shit doo-doo hand. Healing from Seagull is very nice. Not being at 1 HP means you have defense open up to you. 7s. Oh, well, I was going to say punishing Popomi for past transgressions, but also rolling a 0 on the drop, so it's a little bit of a love-hate relationship there. That Mimiu's Hammer, I'm curious. It was, in fact, a Mind Layer Mimiu's Hammer. Confirmed, funnily enough. I need to take another sip of water. Very passive game. Nothing really exciting happening. But like I said, we knew that coming into this, right? We knew that none of these characters were characters that really liked to fight. Oh, Treasure Thief, huh? Probably taking, I mean, if, you know, the user's in-game reaction is anything to be judged by, probably taking away the hyper, but a big robot is about to kill Cook. That's a high roll. Can you evade this? You can, but not going to. Losing half of your stars to big robot. That robot is not going to die anytime soon. Does have a lot of stars to his name. Seagull's going for a kill. Finds a massive hit on Fernet. What the hell? 3 damage on Fernet. Takes 1 in response. Fernet now down to 2 HP. Very much within kill range. Chicken is going to come in and find another high roll on Fernet. She survives it. Nearly killing the chicken, but that's going to set her up to almost die to the chicken on next turn. Seagull almost dies to the chicken, but has a portable pudding in response. And deals 1 damage back. Survives thanks to that portable pudding that he just top decked from landing on that panel after fighting Fernet. Board position is going to look a little scary here. It's going to be entirely dependent on what Fernet rolls. Fernet plays the airstrike to try and kill Seagull. It finds the kill. Actually, only finds 1 kill. So it's not a profit of stars, but it was used to kill the Seagull. It killed the chicken. She actually broke even from that. So 0 stars to kill the people who are trying to kill me. I mean, that sounds worth it to me. Seagull does get the instant revive from good roll. So really, really good use of Fernet Hyper. Of course, Fernet Hyper does hit summoned units from Wild Friends. So 2 kills, breaks even. Super good. Great use of Fernet Hyper. How's everybody looking in this game? Popomi is ready to level up and join everybody else in the level 4 club. Fernet is 2 stars away from leveling up. Seagull's 5 stars away from leveling up. Fernet places a trap on her own home and then is forced to land on a drop panel where she drops 20 stars. Nice present from Cook. Cook is really fishing for a hyper here. If she finds one, this is probably like the best situation to use it in. That is a trap on Fernet's home that she herself played. Although you have to consider, something you have to consider is that we do have home roulette. Seagull making the decision not to fight Cook and fights the boss instead, keeping up the bit, is going to die for their insolence. That's guaranteed death even if you roll a 6. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. Boss down to 2 HP, I think is what I saw there. Boss on 2, sure enough. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. My dumbass was about to say, who's sitting out this game? As me, I'm sitting out this game. Look at board state. Look at board state. We are, I mean, not a lot happening. Is this a desync? Potentially? Or is this just a think? Oh, they're just thinking. We're just going to play the Jonathan Rush on Popomi to find a kill. She's only at 1 HP, so it's going to be an easy kill, but she only rolls a 1. That's easily available. Thanks to 7s, Popomi will have a massive retaliation attack for 2 damage, even through Fernet's tankiness. The Jonathan Rush backfires. Popomi up to 120 stars, still only level 3, so we'll have to level up a couple times. But Cook finds a fight against Big Robo, plays Desperate Modification, will roll high on the attack and will roll low on the evade. Does not win the coin flip that she needed to win to survive. Big Robot down to 1 HP. Popomi plays a hyper. Precise dice coming out. It could put her on the boss panel. Does she want to kill the boss or does she want to level up now? Decides to level up now. There's always a next turn to potentially fight the boss. Up to level 4. Has enough. Does not quite have enough stars for level 5, but is guaranteed to have enough stars for level 5 after this round of fishing. Damn, there's like 5 squids. There's 6 squids in the ocean right now. Fishing coming through. This does matter. This matters a lot. Well, it doesn't really matter a lot. No matter how Popomi does, she's going to get enough stars to Norma. And I don't think it's going to affect the standings for the others that much at all. You could say maybe if Seagull wins, the 2 wins. But like, I think it's too late. Popomi won in the end. I think it's too late for Seagull to pivot to wins. I don't think Seagull's going to be able to generate enough hypers to make that possible. Popomi, thanks to the help of the ice panels, is now level 5, jumping straight from last place to first place in the matter of a couple turns. Cook is going to be the one to find the boss fight. Does take him down up to 159 stars. Will happily take that. Is ready to level up next time she finds her way to a home panel. Strain coming out from Popomi. She's going to be rolling Strain on this move again panel only once. And draws a card. Smart decision. Fernet making her way around the board. Also draws a card. Finds Lucky Charm. Freshly nerfed Lucky Charm, mind you. Honestly, any character happy to see Lucky Charm, it's fine. It's probably Fernet in this case, is the most behind on stars, has the most to gain. Seagull lands on home. Gets up to level 5. Ooh, Popomi lands on that trap card. It turns out to be a tragedy, which whatever card was stolen is not good enough for Fernet to keep. Does decide to discard it, hanging onto the Lucky Charm instead. Hook is fighting Seagull here for an attempt to land on this home. Unfortunately, Seagull is very strong. Hook does not pass the evade roll and dies to Seagull. Not how you want to end this game if you're doing a bit about being friendly avians. Kind of unfortunate, kind of embarrassing. Seagull, though, if we look at this from an actual game perspective, Seagull has enough stars to win the game. Popomi doesn't have the board position, and Fernet doesn't have any cards in her hand. So there's like basically nobody that can stop him. Granted, he's the home that he's the furthest away from is his own home. Board position is going to matter a lot here, especially with Popomi approaching 200 stars, especially with Home Roulette approaching in 2 more turns. We'll see what happens. Popomi gets a bonus panel. Probably going to take... No, she's not going to take it. She's going to land on the nothing panel. Why? Is your plan to hope that Cook revives and try and kill Cook? She doesn't revive, so... There's that. We're going fishing again. 2 mystery procs in a row where we're going fishing. Does this matter? It could matter if Popomi wins and gets like 14 stars from this. Well, what is bonus up to? I mean, it's going to greatly reduce the number of turns Popomi needs to win. I think if Popomi had landed on that bonus panel, this probably would matter a lot more. But as it stands, it's still like... You know, if this was chess and we had the robots predicted winner, the bar would still be pretty much Seagull filled, we'll put it that way. Even if Popomi wins, which she got second. Okay. She will have 200 stars. Fernet decides to fight here. I don't think much is going to come from this fight. Because Fernet's full HP. Popomi's full HP. Popomi must have a battle card in their hand that they're deciding on. It is Excel Hyper, which they decide to risk it and go for it. Don't roll high enough with it to make a difference. They've spent 30 stars for nothing. Very, very brave idea there. Seagull does roll just enough to land on a home panel and win. Taking the win. Wow. Tragedy, but good game. Tragedy because of the betrayal, I suppose.